Once upon a time, a small house was catapulted into the void. The inhabitants were lost and wondered if they'd ever see their home again. As they faced the end of their days, they decided to celebrate one last holiday.
Bringing systems online.
But I have a proper military advisor to help with my news story.
I see. And what will this story be about?
About defending ourselves from hunter drones. Your advice will help make this story as accurate as possible. Maybe that will make it more likely to work.
Okay, we should have a better fix on the drone's position and speed. That's
How close?
closer than I hoped, for sure.
The hunter drones were released in the dying days of the war. The Maladies hoped that capturing artifacts would give them access to the Muse's power. The Maladies were extinguished before the first wave even returned.
Capturing. So they won't destroy the coffee table?
No. They will tear your house apart to find it. But they want it for themselves.
Launch the signal repeaters.
Wait, how do I do that?
The same way that you fire catapults in TerraQuest.
I hate TerraQuest. How would I do it in Sparkle Dungeon?
In Sparkle Dungeon, you would be firing sparkle bolts, not catapults.
I would be happy to respond to voice commands.
Yes, coffee table. Launch the signal repeaters.
They had no tree to celebrate, so they decided to light up the void with their festive spirit.
So it can track our beacon.
Yes, but if it gets close enough, it will no longer need the beacon. It will discover the energy of the artifact and track that instead. You should keep it chasing after the beacon for as long as possible, then lure it closer on a course you choose.
Why would I want it closer?
So you can surprise it more decisively with your attack.
The signal repeaters are online. I'm picking up the beacon rebroadcasting from each one loud and clear. This should confuse it for a while.
It's slowing down.
It's picking up all the signal repeaters. It can't decide what to chase.
Why did the war even start in the first place?
The Maladies were an accumulation of jealousy toward the creative powers of the Muses, which the Muses admittedly kept for themselves.
Sounds more like godlike powers.
Perhaps. But we know for certain the Muses weren't gods, because they died. Every last one of them.
Surface area looks completely intact. Projectile weapons aren't going to slow it down for long.
Launch the net.
They wanted their house to be the brightest of any house in the void. They imagined that hunter drones would come from every dimension just to see their beautiful display of light. The display was mesmerizing.
The net is fully deployed. Firing the trap. Tabitha, that's your cue.
Please, Tabitha, don't get killed.
I'm a better writer than that. That doesn't make any sense. If the Muses were all dead, none of this would be happening.
Well, of course they're all dead.
But the coffee table opened when I touched it. And I can harness the energy of the artifact without using the surface controls. And my stories come true.
But even though the drone did not appreciate their decorations or their lights, they still had one last surprise up their sleeves.
You're looking at a real live muse, the last known survivor of the war. The coffee table is under my protection. And I am gonna cut you.
Oh! Coffee table, what happened?
Everything's fine. I just thought that would look cool.
I'm going to pick up Tabitha.
Dock with the house, now.
Fine. Car stereo, full speed toward the house. Oh, and while you're at it, would you execute a big fat roll?
I thought you would never ask.
Wait, what?
Always wear your seatbelt, people.
And that's how they celebrated what might be their last holiday. The blackness swallowed them up soon enough when it was over, but for a few shining moments, they lit the void up like a sparkle dungeon.